Hello, 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 my darlings. Welcome to a slice of life, a slice of life. And I have some exciting news for you. It fits right into what we're all about. Guess what they said on the news today? Oh, this is what they said. They said that according to the survey, according to the health institutions, according to whomever, according to the government, whomever, they announced that 1.5 years has been added to the length of time that human beings are living, I suppose, in the United States. I'm not sure. But I do know I heard 1.5 years has been added. And then the amount of time is that you're now living to be 77.5 years old. And where am I going with all this? Super aging, getting older without getting old. So if they are bragging about living to 77.5 and you're 45 and you're 55 and you're 62. Look at all the years you have left to do some stuff. I'm all about doing some stuff. That's why I have a slice of life, because I need for you to just keep slicing on it, keep slicing on it. We're going to get that whole pie at some point. But when we get the whole pie, we'll be on the other side of Jordan, okay? So we're going to enjoy this part of our life right now. 70.5 is the number of years that the average, I guess, American lives. And so I'm saying to you, that leads into what we are doing, what we're talking about, having a well-lived life. And so you remember when you were a kid, when you were a kid, 20 was old. Well, like when I came to Spelman, we were 16, 17, and 18 years old, and everybody else was 19, 20, 21. And so we thought they were so old, but they were part of the Atlanta student movement, and we were the foot soldiers. So you know all that whole story. It was on 2, 5, and 11 yesterday. Thank you, newscasters, and thank you, Atlanta student movement, for your leadership. And thank you, Michael, Council Member Michael Bond, son of Julian Bond, for putting all that together. And thank you, Clark Atlanta, Dr. French, for having us on the campus and having the markers put up to identify the place where we marched from. I hate to put that preposition there, on October 19th, 1960, when we would gather before we would go march. We would gather in front of the Trevor Arnett Hall. All right, so let's talk about the 77.5 years. So I just remember how that used to be so old. But let's think about, it's still old. It's older without getting old, which is what I'm all about. But here's the thing. You remember when you were, let's say, so you're 10 years old, 20 years old. Oh, they old. It's an older person. All right, remember when you got 25, then you are 30, and 30 was, 30 is old. I remember crying that I was turning 30. Lord, what I know now. And then when you get 35, 40, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be 40. And they give you those over the hill. 40 is an over the hill kind of event. You get all the over the hill signs because you over the hill. I don't know what hill they over at 40. But anyway, you're over the hill at 40. And then when you get by 45, 50 start looking good. And then when you get 55, guess what? 60 starts looking better. And when you get 65, guess what? 70 not bad. And when you get 75, you're like, okay, I'm on my way. The dash is getting shorter. You know that dash between sunrise and sunset? I'm dancing on the dash, but the dash is getting shorter. You dancing on the dash at sunrise, and you got sunset. You got that dash in between. That dash is long right now. You're on a long dash. But as you get older, that dash gets like this. And you dancing, you don't have much room to dance, but then you don't feel like dancing anyway. Oh, by the way, the name of my play where most of my songs came from is titled Ain't Nobody Dancing. I just want you to have that part. But let's talk, so 77.5. What is it that you can do? What are you thinking about at whatever age you are? Well, I am here to say that I'm thinking about all the things I talked to you about the other day. The reason why I talked to you about those things, because I want to encourage you. This whole content that I think I'm doing, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not when you subscribe, and when you tell your friends to subscribe, and when you please push a thumbs up. It's all about you. I do this for you, I do it for me, but I do it for you. Because on the other side of the screen are some very smart and brilliant people that nobody's ever told them that. And they can't figure it out. And they think that once they retire and once they get a certain age, this stop working. But this right here is in control of everything. I've told you from all my videos, you see me do this, right? And I said, this, controls everything. What it's in the Bible. You know, I can't quote verses for you, but I can tell you it's in the Bible. Life and death is in the tongue. That one I do know. And God really meant that. I mean, that's for real. Life and death is in the tongue. You have spoken the life you live. That whatever life you got going on right now came out of here somewhere. You said, well, they did that, it worked to me. Well, did you buy into it? Or did you rebuke it? Or did you say that's not, what did you do? What came out here? What was happening up here? You see? So you got 77.5 years to at least live. I passed my 77.5, but you got 77.5. And so I'm trying to make sure wherever you are now to 77.5, because I won't be here. I'll be looking at you though. I'll be working with you from hopefully from heaven. You know, I'll be going back to heaven. I hope. But you know, I got enough reasons not to go. But I'm gonna plead the blood of Jesus, and I'm gonna ask all the time. Please forgive me for my sins. I'm gonna repent every time I can. Every time I got the breath to repent. But my point is that wherever you are now, you got to 77.5. That's what they announced today. Having announced that, then there should be more services and there should be more opportunities for you to start a service or a business because you know people are living longer. And as you know, as we live longer, let me tell you what some of the things that happen with us is that mobility issues. So Lyft is doing well with seniors, you know, because we can just still go where we want to go on the Lyft or on Uber. You see, they're making things that we need to hold or carry. They are manufacturing them in such a way that a senior person can hold that thing or carry it better because it's been manufactured with seniors in mind. I mean, I'm just thinking about all kind of things you can do. And once you retire, wherever you retire from, then look back on it now and see, is it a space for you to go back as a consultant to make sure that seniors have access to whatever that is? You know, I'm just trying to give you some ideas because you got 77.5. You know, and while you're sitting on the job getting ready to retire, are you making sure that when you retire with everything you need? You know, I told you, I didn't know people retired from Delta Airlines, millionaires. I missed the memo. When I said millionaires, it with an S. And I used to hear about it, and then I got ready to do a little more investigation, and it was true. And you never know who they were. But I found out who one of them was. May God rest his soul now. But you know, you never would have known anything about this man until somebody just told me to pay attention. I started paying attention. Then I got to be friends with them, and then I was like, oh. But by the time I got all that information, it was, Jordan retiring like next week or whatever it was. I missed the whole process. So I'm trying to get you not to miss the process. If you own these jobs, you own it now. You own it now. You bought into it. You bought into them telling you. You bought into somebody telling you that the pay stub is your value. That's what you bought into. You bought into that. Remember I talked about in my silo to rethink. You bought into somebody telling you that pay stub was your value. And you said, okay, that's my value. Whatever y'all give me, that's my value. You take that little bit, whatever that is, and you try to carve you out of life with that value. But you know you're worth more than that. You know that you're worth more than that. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you, you worth more than that. That's why we have a slice of life. That's why you have a Georgian in your life, baby. It's for me to be the one to tell you, Okay, so while you at the last 5 years you can retire. Last 3 years you can retire. You at that point. Maybe you 10 years out. 10 years out is even better. And you want to make sure you got all. So make sure the health thing is there and whatever you can get. Make sure, but also make sure that you are looking at. If you, especially, what I'm tell you what somebody told me. I didn't have enough sense to figure it out because I retired at 52. I guess I didn't. I thought I was smart, but I missed something. And I did do one thing. The person said, you are retiring. I think you heard the story, but I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Come on, Reno. You're retiring from a Fortune 500 company. So that gives you credibility right there. You can use that in your credibility statement. And then you retire from the training department, Georgia. And so that's like dollars and cents. That's consulting all over the world. Okay, so my question to you is are you retiring from a Fortune 500 company? Remember, you're going to live to 77.5. That's what they're saying, the average people. You might even live longer. But whatever age you are, just think 77.5. How many years is that away? So are you retiring from a Fortune 500? And in that Fortune 500 company, what did you do and what did you implement and what did you originate? Now, I know it belongs to the company, that part, but your brain still belongs to you. You still got the brain. You gave them that, then what you going to give yourself? You see? And so when you look at how you're going to reevaluate yourself. Did I put that down? I don't think I did. Reevaluate yourself. I don't think I did that one on my silo. I did reevaluate. I did rethink. I did reinvest. Right? I did do that. And I said reevaluate, rethink, reinvent, and reinvest. Yeah, I think that covers everything. But I'm saying to you that 77.5 needs to be, you need to put 7.5 on a sticky note and stick it on your refrigerator, stick it on a mirror, stick it at your job on your computer, and just put 7.5. So you don't have to explain what it is to anybody either. You can make it small enough to pay attention, or you can say that's your favorite number, but that's the number that should to give you that push. When I see 7.5, that should give you that extra push, because you can retire at 52 like I did. You can retire at 62, 56, 65, depending on your company, and you got 77.5. Come on with that. Isn't this a beautiful scarf? It is. I'm just loving it. You do you hear what I'm saying? Are you listening to Georgianne today? Please listen to me. It's somebody on the other side that I work for you. All right? I work for me in terms of sharing this information, and I enjoy doing this and getting information. I know I'm helping somebody, and it's free. There's no training, no classes, none of that. It's just free, because I'm not certified in anything but life. That's what I'm certified in. I'm certified in 3 times cancer survivor. I'm certified in having businesses close and open and close and be successful and close and not be successful. I'm just certified in life. Raising a child, I'm certified in life. Being married more than once, I'm certified in life. Trust me, I am certified in life. And so having said that, with the 77.5 is the goal, I think that ought to be a t-shirt, 77.5. Where's Frank Turpin? I got another t-shirt for you, 77.5. Because I need you to think about this. Think about these books that we've been talking about. Think about how in that gap, it's the gap. I need to write that down. I'm gonna make sure, and it's a gap, between where you are now and where you are now and 77.5. We need to see how much time is in between. What's the gap? What's the gap? I'm going to ask the question. What's the gap between where you are now, and 77.5? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna need you to study that. What is the gap between where you are now and 77.5? That's a good question. And in that gap, that's your dash. That's dash one. That's dash to the one to the power. That's dash A. All right? It's if the time between the age you are now and the age that they're saying you're gonna live, I mean, things we know it's not. Nobody can say when anybody's gonna live. But if you just get on the path, stay on the journey, and it's God's will, you can stay here a minimum of 77.5 years. So what's the gap between where you are now and that? If the gap is a big gap, then you know you got time to pull some money together. You got time to get a new career going. You have time to get something going, get that bag going in terms of the plastic bag with the money in it that you saving. You got time to get that jar with the money in it that you saving. You got time to go back to school. You got time to see what programs you can get in at what age. You got time to get a senior citizen schooling. You know, school is free after 62. In the state schools, you can go free, I think, 62 or 65. I'm just saying, people, I'm so excited. I was so excited when I heard this today that I want you to have. What is it I want you to have? I live for you to have a well-lived life. I want you to have a well-lived life, and I want you to do it because you can do it, because it's available for you. God did not put you on this earth for you not to have a well-lived life. Why do you think you think you were here? You were born to be poor? Let me tell you something. You all need to listen to Myron Golden, and also Miles Monroe. Myron Golden, Miles Monroe. Then you could go to the other R.C. Blake's, Bishop R.C. Blake, the sister Kiara 511. I like her name because she says she's 5'11". Tony Gaskin and Hardly Initiated. But when you want to talk about finances, Myron Golden and Miles Monroe show you where it is all located in the Bible. That's what I want you to have. But I got to have me a reference point where it's all located in the Bible. All right? Because you got 77.5. There's a gap there. And there's some that what they got. I don't believe that he sent you to work in the factory. I don't know if that's what your purpose was, to work in the factory. I don't know if your purpose is to work on a job. So I don't know. But soon as you come off of these jobs, then you might find that purpose, that real purpose. And maybe you finding it on the job. But I'm saying to you that while you own it, on their time, on their dime, then research where you think you want to go between where you are now and 77.5. This is the time to do it, darlings. My goodness, I'm excited for you today. I'm excited for all you youngins. I didn't have anybody to talk to me like this. So I'm glad to talk to you like this because I want to see you have a well-lived life. I want to see you get older without getting old. And I want this to help you know that you have a purpose. And I think these two, Myron Golden and the late Miles Monroe, will help you figure out some of that. And while you're sitting there listening to all this other stuff and looking at television, those people already got their money. It's hard to look at TV when you think like this. If you say, you know what, they got a contract. The basketball players all got a contract. You can't wait to go to, that's my team. Okay, I'm glad that's your team. They got their check. What about, I'm just saying. I mean, I know we have to have some enjoyment. I understand that. But if your whole life is on with some people that don't even know you, and you follow them and you can't wait to give them more money, you can't wait to take your last money, you can't wait to save some money to give to somebody, and instead of saving some money to invest in you, and let somebody else give you some money. I'm just saying, stay with me, everybody. You know I love you. You know, the scarf is messing with me today. I want you all to see it because it's so pretty, but it keeps falling down, but it's okay. Because I hope the 77.5 is our new keyword, our new password. Let that be your password, 77.5. When somebody says something to you, just say, hey, I'm 77.5. Meaning between the gap, you got a lot of sunsets and a lot of sunrises. And I need you to get on 77.5 and get yourself to the point where when you get to 77.5, you can laugh and smile and say, that Georgiana, man, she brought me through. She and the Lord brought me through. She and the Lord, because you still need him. All right? What you gonna do, 77.5? Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna love you. Yes, I am. And this beautiful scar. And you can't do anything about it.